Let's journey back in time and take a look at what Chinese history looked like 50 years ago. Chinese history took a dark turn just half a century ago and was marred with bloodshed and social upheaval. It was the beginning of an era when over 2 million souls paid the price in what would be etched in history as the Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution. Some historians label this event as the biggest episode of bloodshed ever recorded in human history. Now you must be wondering, who was behind all of these events which tore the greatest nation with political and social chaos? And what was it all for? Well, it was none other than the iconic Mao Zedong, a historical figure who rose to power and left an indelible influence over China and the world at large. In today's video, we are going to take a closer look at the life of Chinese historical figure Mao Zedong and his revolutionary journey. Who was Mao Zedong, and what was his ultimate goal for China? Let's get straight into this and unravel the historical secrets. Early life. Mao Zedong was born in 1893 in a small village in China to a former peasant who grew stronger in affluence as a farmer and a grain dealer. Little did young Mao know that the world he was born in was soon going to be swept by the winds of change. As a young kid, Mao acquired his basic education and gained knowledge of Confucius classics. Just when he turned 13, he was forced to begin a full-time job on his family farm. Not only this, but his paternal authority also forced an arranged marriage on him. But nothing stopped Mao Zedong. He rebelled against his family and soon left to pursue higher education. His life took a turn when he came into contact with some of the most revolutionary ideas of the iconic political leaders like Liang Qichao and Sun Yat-sen. Another turning point in Mao's life was the fall of China's last dynasty, just when he had begun studying revolutionary ideas of other political leaders. Rise to prominence. What was next for Mao Zedong? How did he rise to prominence? Fate had grand plans for him. Mao's academic journey paved the way to graduation in 1918. In 1913, Mao was all set to make his foray into the military world. However, his career in the military was a very short one, which only lasted for 6 months. Mao fought against the imperial forces who faced a crushing defeat. This period also marked the era of the new Chinese Republic and the end of Mao's military career. As China's dynasty last crumbled, Mao's new ideologies began to take shape. In 1918, Mao finally graduated from the Hunan Normal School, gaining the status of a certified teacher. First move towards the communist ideology. Now let's talk about how Mao Zedong switched his career from being a simple teacher to being a sharp politician. It was after becoming a certified teacher, Mao finally traveled to Beijing, where he began working as a librarian in the university library. And surprisingly, Mao began consuming a lot of Marxist literature. During this time, he started to develop revolutionary sentiments and joined various nationalist and Marxist groups. In the twists and turns of events, Mao took the first political move towards communism. In 1921, he co-founded the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, and set up its branch in Hunan. Mao played a crucial role in the early development of the CCP. He led the Autumn Harvest Uprising in 1927 and established himself as a key figure in the CCP. However, there were various challenges for Mao from other leaders like Chiang Kai-shek, so he was forced to undertake the Long March, 1934-1935, with his forces to escape extermination. Revolutionary vision and political victory. Call it a coincidence or a masterstroke of fate, but Mao's political activism coincided with the Sino-Japanese War and Civil War. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, Mao's forces fought against both the Japanese invaders and the nationalist government led by Chiang Kai-shek. the Civil War intensified after World War II, culminating in the CCP's victory in 1949. This victory was followed by the establishment of the People's Republic of China. Mao declared the establishment of the People's Republic of China on October 1st, 1949. He became the chairman of the CCP and the de facto leader of the country. It is incredible how amidst the Sino-Japanese War and Civil War, he fought against both foreign invaders and nationalist forces, paving the way for the People's Republic of China's birth in 1949. Consequences. Mao's vision of communism went beyond traditional Marxism. He believed that the rural peasants, rather than urban workers, were the revolutionary class. His ideology shaped the Great Leap Forward. The Great Leap Forward was his audacious attempt to transform China's economy rapidly. Mao launched this ambitious economic and social campaign aimed at rapidly transforming China's economy and society, called the Great Leap Forward, in 1958, which lasted until 1968. Yet, it backfired, resulting in famine and turmoil that claimed millions of lives. Soon the policy was abandoned and Mao's position weakened. Cultural revolution. With weak authority and a failed economic agenda, Mao found himself in a really difficult position now. However, Mao strived again to regain his lost status. He initiated the Cultural Revolution to reassert his authority and eliminate perceived bourgeois and capitalist elements within Chinese society. During the Cultural Revolution, Mao Zedong aimed to remove all the perceived bourgeois and capitalist elements from Chinese society, seeking to create a classless, communist utopia. To achieve this, he mobilized the younger generation, known as the Red Guards, to carry out his vision. These young people were driven by a fervent belief in Mao's ideology and a desire to bring about radical change. One of the most remarkable and, in some ways, chilling aspects of the Cultural Revolution was the use of propaganda and mass campaigns to manipulate public opinion and control people's thoughts. Mao's government unleashed a torrent of slogans, posters, and performances that depicted him as a heroic figure, leading the masses toward a glorious future. Everyday life was infused with political ideology, from the way people dressed to the way they interacted with one another. All such actions led to political disapproval, social upheaval, and widespread chaos. As a consequence of this reform, much of the country's culture was destroyed, and millions of people lost lives. The loss was irreplaceable. Many historians even debate if it was one of the biggest bloodshed of human history, where this huge sum of innocent people lost lives. Following the social unrest and massive bloodshed, many cities had lost their cool and were just on the verge of rebellion. Mao sent armies to restore order. Death and consequences. Mao was victorious in maintaining order, yet his health was failing each passing day. He dedicated his last years in mending the broken ties with the United States, Japan, and Europe. He died on September 9, 1976, leaving behind a complex legacy. After his death, his successors, notably Deng Xiaoping, introduced economic reforms that transformed China into a more market-oriented economy, while retaining the CCP's political control. Relevance in the modern world. A question that pops in our minds has to be, what is the relevance of Mao Zedong and his revolutionary ideas in today's world? Do his ideologies benefit us in any way? It is true that Mao's leadership wasn't without controversy. The Great Leap Forward, aimed at rapid industrialization, resulted in a devastating famine, and the Cultural Revolution, an attempt to cleanse society, led to chaos and persecution. It serves as a stark reminder of how powerful leaders can mold public perception and manipulate reality to suit their agendas. Mao Zedong's life story is marked by his role in shaping modern China through revolutionary struggle, political leadership, and his ideologies. His legacy is still a subject of debate, as he is celebrated for his role in founding the People's Republic of China, but also criticized for the disastrous consequences of some of his policies. Many people label him as an egregious sinner for killing millions of innocent civilians, while others hail him a national hero who promoted modernization in China. All these contrasting opinions about him aside, Mao's life is also full of lessons for the modern world. Despite familial pressures, he broke free from convention and pursued higher education. He was an advocate of human rights and equality. His leadership bore both fruits and controversy. No wonder Mao will continue to be a political symbol in the years to come. There we have it, folks. Mao Zedong and his revolutionary journey comes to an end. While his leadership is a tale of controversy, it's undeniable that Mao's imprint on modern China is profound. His revolutionary journey is a beacon of struggle, transformation, and the complexities of a leader's legacy. If you know anything interesting and insightful about Mao's revolutionary journey, let us know. We would love to hear your valuable thoughts on our video and Mao Zedong's journey in the comments section below. On that note, we are wrapping up today's video. If you enjoyed today's journey back in time, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share our videos with your friends and family who are history enthusiasts and would enjoy this interesting historical narrative. To keep an eye on the daily dose of fascinating historical facts and happenings around the world, smash the subscribe button. We will see you soon with another exciting video.